Welcome students. In this unit we are going to look at futuristic world of data analytics. So in here we're going to look at big data, which is a term that you have heard before. So under this unit you are going to learn about big data and its characteristics. We are going to understand the different V's of big data. We're also going to discuss big data analytics and its role, then explore different data analysis techniques, data management tools and techniques, know about statistics and basic terminology associated with it. Then we also learn about statistical learning. So what is big data? So big data refers to extremely large sets of data that are complex and vast that traditional data processing softwares can't handle efficiently. So it involves activities like collection, storage, and analysis of massive amounts of data from various sources, including social media, sensors, transactions, devices, and many more. So, with big data, companies and organizations can uncover insights, trends, and patterns that help them in decision making, optimization, and innovation in various fields, for example, healthcare, finance, marketing, and logistics. So many tools are coming up, for example, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and advanced analytics are some of the tools that are being used in the field of big data. So you can see these figures. So you can see how data is being processed. For example, here you can see the number of internet users in the world. Okay? So how can you calculate all that kind of uh, information without machines like AI or machine learning? So you can see the total number of websites, the emails that are being sent every day, the tweets, and many more. So let us look at the business benefits of big data processing. So in here, we can look at benefits such as businesses can utilize outside intelligence while uh, taking clear decisions. Also, access to social data from search engines and sites like Facebook, Twitter are enabling organizations to fine tune their business strategies. Okay, given the posts, and they can easily understand their market strategy, where they can sell and where they cannot. So there is also improved customer service, uh, depending on the data they get from those social media platforms. Let's say comments about their products, so they can easily improve and provide services to customers. So also traditional customer feedback systems are getting replaced by new systems designed with big data technology. In these new systems, big data and natural language processing technologies are being used to read and evaluate customer responses. Also, early identification of risk to product, services, or any. Also, there is better operation efficiency. So those are some of the benefits of big data processing. So let us look at the characteristics of big data. So these are called three V's, but there are very many. So here we are going to look at all of them. So we have a volume. So for volume, this is all about the sheer amount of data being generated, often measured in terabytes or petabytes. Okay, so there is also velocity. So Velocity is all about the speed at which data is being generated and processed, maybe in milliseconds. Okay? So we also have the term of variety. So these are different types of data, such as structured data, for example, databases, and structured data from social media platforms, and semi-structured data, for example, emails. So we have veracity. So veracity, that is all about data in doubt. Okay, and it is this data is uncertain because of its inconsistency. So there are very here I explained there are very many others. For example, variability, value. So all those are these. We have explained veracity, valency. This refers to the connectedness of big data, such as in graph networks. We have validity. It tells us about correctness or accuracy of data that is being retrieved. Viscosity, visualization. Okay, so all those are the characteristics of big data. So let us look at the types of big data. So we have structured data. So structured data that is organized in form of databases. Okay. So any data that can be stored, accessed, and processed in form of fixed format is termed as structured data. So we have unstructured data. Any data with a known form or structure is classified as unstructured data. For example, that kind of data from social media platforms, it is unstructured. It can be video, it can be text, it can be images. So that data becomes unstructured. We also have another type of big data, which is semi-structured data. So semi-structured data can contain both forms of data. We can see semi-structured data as structured in form, but it is actually defined with, for example, table definition. So a simple example of semi-structured data can be data from the emails. So also, how does uh, uh, how does big data works? So big data works through integrating. Uh, so big data brings together data from many sources. Okay, applications. It can be social media, from environment, using sensors and everywhere. So it integrates many systems and collect data. So we also have managing. So big data requires storage. Okay, so your storage solution, maybe you can be storing data on premises, maybe you have a data center within, or you can store that on the cloud, or both methods can work. So we also have analyze. So analyzing is the main goal of big data. Okay, how do you analyze all that data that has been collected so that people can easily visualize it and it makes sense? So let us look at some status about big data analytics. So we can see that the global big data market revenues from software and services are expected to increase from 42 billion to 103 billion by USD by year 2027. So every day 2.5 quintillion bytes of data are created, and it's only in the last 2 years that 90% of the world's data has been generated. So imagine in a scenario whereby you download, let's say on your phone, you download like 100 videos. Your phone will, in a few minutes, complain of storage. So imagine the number of YouTube videos that exist in the whole world, or from all people's accounts. That is a lot of data. Okay, so imagine the system that is storing all that kind of data. So that's why big data comes into play. Okay, in fact, if we predict correctly, there is like much more data to come. Okay, so world is driven by data and it is being analyzed every second, whether it is through a phone, Google Maps, Netflix, browsing, or anywhere. So items online, through online shopping cart, all that is contributing to big data analytics. So where is the role of big data analytics comes into play? So how do we use big data analytics? So we use big data analytics in business problem definition. We use big data analytics in research, human resource assessment, so they can assess your performance, data acquisition, data mining, data storage, exploratory data analysis, data preparation for modeling and assessment. Then we have implementation. So that is where big data comes into play in the daily life. So big data analytics cycle. So here we have business problem definition. So this is all about evaluating what are expected gains and costs of the project. Then we have research. And so this phase analyzes what other companies have done in the same situation. That is through making research. Okay, so then we have human resources assessment. So this is all about making sure that the staff you have can actually do the project. If there is need, maybe to outsource a part of the project or hire more people. Then we have data acquisition. So this is the key stage where big data cycle and defines which type of profile would be needed to deliver a resultant data product. Then we have what we call data mining. So once data is retrieved, let's say from the web, so it needs to be stored in an easy way to use format. Okay, so we also have data storage. So once data has been processed, then it has to be stored, let's say in a database. Okay, so we have explanatory. So in this, once the data has been cleaned and stored in a way that insights can be retrieved from it, then this phase is very mandatory because it will help you to tell if the defined business problem makes sense. So we have data preparation for modeling and assessment. So under this stage, data preparation involves reshaping the clean data retrieved previously and used by using statistical preprocessing for missing values and imputation. So we also have modeling. So under modeling, this is where the best model is selected. Then for implementation, at this stage is where the product is developed and implemented in the data pipeline of a company. So let us talk about big data analysis techniques. We have A/B testing. We have data fusion and data integration. Then we also have data mining. We have machine learning, we have natural language processing, we have statistics. Then once we got the big data analytics tools, we find that we use tools like R programming, Python for data analysis. We have Julia, SAS, SPSS, MATLAB, and many others. Even Excel and Power BI are also good tools for analyzing data. So that's all for now. Thank you.